Welcome to Golden Flame Stars, a tribute to the legendary actors who defined the spirit of cinema across 5 decades. Still with us today, they embody timeless talent, resilience, and inspiration. Their journeys prove that true stardom never fades, and we'd love to know which era's stars inspire you most. Let us know in the comments. Jane Fonda, the leading actress of the 1960s and 70s, captivated audiences in Barbarella and won acclaim with Clute. Now 87, she manages age-related health concerns but remains active as an outspoken activist and cultural icon, inspiring with resilience, charisma, and enduring relevance. Clint Eastwood, the cowboy icon of the 1960s, redefined the stoic hero in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and the gritty antihero in Dirty Harry. Now 95, he enjoys stable health despite age-related slowing, a towering legend who remains an enduring inspiration in cinema. Sophia Loren, Europe's timeless screen icon, made history with her Oscar-winning role in Two Women, defining elegance and strength for generations. At 90, she faces natural frailty of age yet retains grace and dignity, standing as a radiant legend of world cinema and enduring inspiration. Julie Andrews, the queen of musicals, enchanted the world with Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music. Now 89, she lives with vocal challenges after surgery but continues to inspire through her books and public appearances, embodying resilience, grace, and the magic of classic Hollywood storytelling. Robert Duvall, unforgettable in To Kill a Mockingbird and The Godfather, brought quiet intensity and authenticity to American cinema. Now 94, he enjoys relatively stable health, largely retired from acting but still honored as one of Hollywood's finest craftsmen, admired for precision, depth, and artistic integrity. Al Pacino, legendary star of The Godfather and Dog Day Afternoon, redefined intensity with unforgettable performances that shaped new Hollywood. Now 85, he enjoys relatively stable health and continues selective acting work, admired as one of cinema's greatest icons of passion, craft, and enduring influence. Meryl Streep, the Oscar queen, emerged with Kramer vs. Kramer and built a career of unmatched versatility and depth. At 76, she enjoys good health and continues to act selectively, admired globally as the gold standard of screen excellence and the embodiment of enduring talent. Robert De Niro, master of method acting, transformed cinema with Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, embodying raw authenticity and complexity. At 82, he remains active in film despite age-related slowing, his legacy cemented as a relentless force of artistry, discipline, and cultural power. Sissy Spacek, unforgettable in Carrie and Coal Miner's Daughter, defined 1970s cinema with vulnerability and strength. At 75, she enjoys good health and continues acting in occasional projects, respected as a versatile actress who captured the emotional truths of ordinary yet extraordinary women. Dustin Hoffman, breakout star of Kramer vs. Kramer and All the President's Men, gave voice to vulnerable, flawed, yet deeply human characters. Now 88, he copes with natural frailty but continues occasional screen work, standing as a symbol of craft, courage, and timeless cinematic artistry. Harrison Ford, the enduring hero of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, defined adventure cinema with rugged charm and timeless appeal. Now 83, he remains in steady health despite injuries from past stunts, occasionally returning to the screen, admired as a true icon of Hollywood adventure. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the action king of The Terminator, reshaped Hollywood with his muscle-bound charisma and global stardom. At 78, he manages age-related health concerns but stays active in fitness, public life, and selective projects, embodying resilience, discipline, and an unmatched legacy in action cinema. Sylvester Stallone, creator of Rocky and Rambo, became the face of underdog triumph and raw action in the 1970s and 80s. Now 79, he remains in solid health, still writing and acting, admired worldwide as an enduring symbol of grit, determination, and inspirational storytelling. Sigourney Weaver, the sci-fi heroine of Alien, broke barriers for women in action and science fiction with fierce intelligence and strength. At 76, she continues to act actively and enjoys good health, inspiring generations as both a versatile performer and trailblazing female icon in cinema. Michael Douglas, commanding in Wall Street and Fatal Attraction, embodied the ambitious, flawed men of the 1980s. Now 80, he manages age-related health issues but continues acting, admired for his charisma, range, and lasting impact as both a Hollywood actor and producer. Michelle Pfeiffer, dazzling in Scarface and The Fabulous Baker Boys, became the face of elegance and depth in the 1980s. At 67, she remains in vibrant health and active in film, admired for her balance of glamour, vulnerability, and enduring cinematic appeal. George Takei, beloved as Sulu in Star Trek, became a cultural icon beyond science fiction, championing social justice and LGBTQ+ rights. At 88, he remains active in public life with steady health, embodying progress, resilience, and a legacy that transcends his groundbreaking role on television. Harvey Keitel, a key force in Mean Streets and Taxi Driver, helped launch gritty realism with his raw intensity. Now 85, he remains active in selective roles, admired for his tough, yet vulnerable screen presence, shaping a generation of powerful, authentic American storytelling. Tom Hanks, America's everyman, defined heartfelt storytelling in Forrest Gump and Saving Private Ryan, becoming one of cinema's most beloved figures. Now 69, he enjoys stable health and continues to act selectively, admired for his warmth, integrity, and enduring ability to connect with audiences worldwide. Julia Roberts, Hollywood's Pretty Woman, enchanted the world with Pretty Woman and Erin Brockovich, radiating charm and authenticity. At 58, she remains in good health, still acting in major projects, cherished as one of film's most bankable stars and a timeless symbol of beauty and talent. Denzel Washington, powerhouse of Malcolm X and Training Day, redefined strength and intensity with unmatched command and dignity. Now 71, he enjoys strong health and continues to act and direct, widely celebrated as one of the greatest actors of his generation and a beacon of inspiration. Hugh Grant, quintessential romantic lead of the 1990s, captured hearts in 4 Weddings and a Funeral in Notting Hill. At 65, he remains in good health, still acting in major roles, cherished for his wit, charisma, and lasting influence on romantic comedies. Audrey Dalton, born on January 21, 1934, is 91 years old in 2025 and remembered for her luminous beauty and refined performances. She appeared in Titanic, 1953, and Separate Tables, where her quiet strength and expressive presence elevated every scene she entered. Born on January 28, 1936, Alan Alda is now 89 years old and remains a towering figure in American television and film. Best known for his role as Hawkeye in MASH *, he also left his mark in The West Wing and Bridge of Spies, winning admiration across generations. Barbara Eden, born on August 23, 1931, is 94 years old and beloved worldwide for her unforgettable role in I Dream of Jeannie. With her sparkle and impeccable comedic timing, she became a lasting figure of American pop culture whose image still lights up screens today. Alan Oppenheimer, born on April 23, 1930, is now 95 years old and cherished for his unmistakable voice and legacy in animation. He brought to life the iconic villain Skeletor in He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, forever etching his name in the history of voice acting. Claire Bloom, born on February 15, 1931, is 94 years old and honored for her graceful stage and screen performances. She starred in Limelight and The King's Speech, bringing elegance and depth to every role. Carol Lawrence, born on September 5, 1932, is 93 years old and cherished for originating the role of Maria in West Side Story on Broadway. Her powerful voice and emotional depth brought unforgettable life to an iconic musical. Born on May 20, 1933, Constance Towers is now 92 years old and admired for her strength and elegance in both film and television. She gained acclaim through The Horse Soldiers and later became a staple on General Hospital, captivating generations of viewers. Bernie Koppel, born on June 21, 1933, is 92 years old and a treasured face in television history. He is best known for his comedic charm in The Love Boat and Get Smart, where his characters brought joy and laughter to American living rooms. Carol Burnett, born on April 26, 1933, is 92 years old and continues to be adored as a pioneer of television comedy. Her groundbreaking Carol Burnett show and heartfelt performance in Annie made her a household name and inspiration to generations. Christina Pickles, born on February 17, 1935, is 90 years old and fondly remembered for her versatility in both comedy and drama. She portrayed Judy Geller in Friends and shined in St. Elsewhere, earning lasting admiration. Ruta Lee, born on May 30, 1935, is now 90 years old and fondly remembered for her radiant presence in films like Funny Face and Witness for the Prosecution. With her blend of glamour and charm, she became a familiar face in both Hollywood features and television classics of the 1950s and 60s. Billy Dee Williams, born on April 6, 1937, is 88 years old and remains a beloved pop culture figure thanks to his iconic role as Lando Calrissian in Star Wars. He also impressed in Lady Sings the Blues, showcasing his depth and charisma. Anita Gillette, born on August 16, 1936, is 89 years old in 2025 and fondly remembered for her energy, warmth, and comic timing. Her roles in Moonstruck and Neil Simon's Chapter 2 showed her skill in balancing humor with depth, earning her a beloved place in audiences' hearts. Barbara Luna, born on March 2, 1938, is now 87 years old and remembered fondly by fans of classic television. She appeared memorably in the Mirror episode of Star Trek and in The High Chaparral, where her presence brought richness to the screen. Bruce Dern, born on June 4, 1936, is 89 years old and widely respected for his intense and complex performances. Acclaimed for films such as Coming Home, Nebraska, and The Hateful Eight, his quiet force and raw emotion earned deep admiration. Diane Ladd, born on November 29, 1935, is 89 years old and remains a vital figure in American cinema and television. She received acclaim for Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and shined in Wild at Heart and Rambling Rose, earning multiple award nominations over her long, rich career. Eleanor Donahue, born on April 19, 1937, is now 88 years old and fondly remembered for her wholesome charm in classic American television. Best known for Father Knows Best and The Andy Griffith Show, she brought grace and warmth to every scene. Now 97 years old, and Blythe, born on August 16, 1928, is one of the last remaining stars from Hollywood's golden era of musicals and dramas. Her performance in Mildred Pierce earned her an Academy Award nomination, and her work in The Great Caruso showcased her vocal grace and artistry. Dick Van Dyke, born on December 13, 1925, is now 99 years old and continues to inspire with his boundless energy and timeless talent. Known for The Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Poppins, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he represents the heart of American family entertainment for nearly a century. Born on September 30, 1931, Angie Dickinson is now 93 years old and remains one of the most recognizable faces of classic Hollywood. She became a television icon through Policewoman, and her performances in Rio Bravo and Dressed to Kill cemented her as both glamorous and bold. Brigitte Bardot, born on September 28, 1934, is now 90 years old and remains a timeless symbol of European cinema. With roles in And God Created Woman and Contempt, she redefined femininity on screen and left a lasting influence across film history. Diane Cannon, born on January 4, 1937, is now 88 years old and remains vibrant and admired. She starred in Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice and Heaven Can Wait, known for her comedic timing and glamorous screen presence that defined her as a standout of 1970s cinema. Thank you for watching. Across 5 decades, these actors have defined eras and shaped the story of cinema. Their journeys remind us that true stardom endures far beyond time and trends. If their legacy inspired you, please like, comment, and share to honor these timeless icons.